Mark, can you back off a little bit? Sorry, I used a different tone than you did. No problem.
Hey there, it's SportsCenter. Jay and Dan, brought to you by our good friends at Tim Hortons. We love a steep tea before every single show.
Yes,
which
we do.
Did before this one. It's playoff hockey. Maple Leafs were in action Monday night, and they did not have an important piece in their lineup. Nazem Kadri suspended for the rest of the series against the Bruins, so that's going to be anywhere from 3 to 5 games for his cross-check on DeBrusk.
That's right, Dan. Had an in-person hearing in New York on Monday before the game, but was able to make it back to Toronto to cheer on his teammates for game number 3. Because, Dan, that is a short flight. And there are several flights you can take throughout the day from New York to Toronto. So no big deal. Got back. Leafs have yet to score first in the series. Nobody scored in the first period of game 3. Scoreless in the second. Leafs fourth line. Off the rebound, Trevor Moore, first career playoff goal. Buds have the lead. Boston's lost 3 straight game 3s. Tied at 1s now. John Tavares will take the pass in front and is shoved into Tuukka Rask by Charlie McAvoy. Rask suffered a concussion earlier this year, and the trainer's obviously concerned. Play was stopped for quite a while, but he did stay in the hockey game. Later in the second period, Toronto now on the power play of Leafs play-by-play man extraordinaire Joe Bowen on TSN 1050 radio in Toronto. Later in the period, Dubas pumped. Another Leafs power play, up 2-1 now in the second. Andreas Janssen filling in for Nazem Kadri on the top power play unit. Scores, beautiful feed from Johnny Toronto. Second point of the frame for Janssen. 3-2 Toronto through 2. Leafs have just 1 loss this season when leading through 2 from NBC Sports Network on that call. Big save by Freddie Anderson. Net empty now. Brad Marchand looking for Jake DeBrusk. And DeBrusk is steamrolled by Nikita Zaitsev. Dying seconds now. What a star Mitch Marner is. 2 blocks. I have a feeling that there'll be several Leaf blogs started on Tuesday morning called 2blocks.com. Leafs win. They're up 2-1 in the series. Austin Matthews, 2 points after recording just 2 points in his previous 9 playoff games against Boston. Toronto owns a 2-1 series lead for the 3rd time in the last 15 years, and they win for just the 2nd time in their last 6 game 3s against Boston. Everybody afterward talking about Mitchell Marner's blocked shots. 2 blocks! Mike Babcock matching Glenn Sather and Daryl Sutter for 7th all-time in playoff coaching wins. This is his 16th season as an NHL head coach and his 14th appearance in the postseason. Big Game 3 win in Toronto. We lock it in. It's Masters Lock with Mark Masters. Andreas Janssen took the suspended Nazem Kadri spot on that top power play unit, and it worked. What impressed you most about Janssen's performance in Game 3, Mark?
Well, Trevor Moore, his teammate with the Marlies, now his teammate here with the Maple Leafs, says Andreas Janssen is a gamer. The guy just kind of raises his level when he's thrown into the frying pan. He was today. He stepped up and delivered. He's got that quick twitch that serves him well as the man in the middle on the power play, and he delivered. He's kind of been able to elevate in those moments when he's been given a bigger role. That's why he starts the playoffs with Austin Matthews on that line. That's why he's the guy to get promoted to the top power play unit, and he came through again here, just like he did for the Marlies when he was the Calder Cup MVP last year.
Late in the game, Leafs Nation rejoiced, and then on social media, people were saying things like, is there anything Mitch Marner can't do when he blocked a couple of shots? Were his teammates saying the same thing?
Pretty much. I mean, Trevor Moore said he thinks he jumped 6 feet. Austin Matthews said the bench was just lifted, motivated by that moment. I mean, Marner's been leading in so many ways this season, and that was another example here tonight. He did not speak to the media, presumably icing down the areas of his body where he blocked those shots. But that was a huge moment, and the legend of Mitch Marner grows some more.
And the legend of Masters Lock continues as well here on SportsCenter with Jay and Dan. Thanks, Mark.
Follow along with me here. Friday night, Cale Makar won the Hobey Baker Award as the best player in college hockey. On Saturday, his collegiate season came to an end. On Sunday, Makar signed a 3-year deal with the Avs, the team that drafted him 4th overall in 2017. And Monday night, Makar made his NHL debut in the playoffs in a series that is tied at a game apiece against the Flames, the team he grew up watching since he is from Calgary. Wow. Yes, it's the Flames and Avs not playing in Calgary as the series shifts to Colorado. Nate MacKinnon scored the overtime winner in Game 2 to even it up. Avs 5-on-3. MacKinnon 12 shots in the first 2 games. Fires it past Mike Smith. Colorado opens the scoring. Makar, what did he do in his NHL debut? Let's find out. Makar, in his first NHL game, which, yes, happens in the postseason, scores on his first NHL shot. Those are his parents. Calgary, they're down 3-0 after 1. Second period, Avs short-handed. Ian Cole, a breakaway. Mike Smith makes the save. Matt Nieto buries a rebound. Short-handed goal in back-to-back games. 4-0 Colorado. Colin Wilson to Mikko Rantanen. Buries his first career playoff goal. Avs are up 5-1 after 2. The lone Calgary goal scored by Sam Bennett. Okay, so Makar is the 7th player and first D-man to make his league debut in the playoffs and score a goal. Who are the others? Oh, we got some time. Lori Korpikoski, Adam Mayer did it with the Leafs, Rod Brindamore, Doug Volmar, who? Well, he played for the Wings. He finished with 1 career postseason goal in 2 games. Les Costello, who? He played 5 games. He scored 2 career postseason goals. And Eddie Emberg is on that list. Makes their league debut in the playoffs and score a goal. Who? Eddie Emberg. He played 2 career playoff games and finished with 1 goal. I'm pretty sure that Makar is going to play a bit more than those guys. Mike Smith gives up 5 goals for the first time since January 3rd.
Anyone paying attention to the Stars-Predators series seems like it's getting lost in the mix. But here's something interesting. 2 of Nashville's acquisitions around the deadline, Wayne Simmons and Brian Boyle, are now out week to week. Simmons with a lower body injury, Boyle a busted appendix. It's Game 3. This one tied at a game apiece. Nashville won both games in the regular season between these 2 teams in Dallas. Yeah, Dirk Nowitzki was there, hanging out. He's retired. He's got nothing to do. PK Subban standing up Jamie Benn in the neutral zone. Benn would get revenge on Calle Yarncroke near the Stars bench. No score after 20 minutes of action. Game 2, Rocco Grimaldi buries his first career playoff goal, points to the sky after scoring. That goal came with a stick he named Frankie in honor of his grandfather who passed away 3 years ago. Back to Game 3 now, on Monday night. Grimaldi again. On the call for the NBC Sports Network, Grimaldi scores for the 2nd straight game. He was a healthy scratch in Game 1 and once again points to the sky. That opens the scoring. A few minutes later, Nick Bonino to Philip Forsberg, who tucks it home. How about that pass from Nick Bonino? Incredible, beautiful finish from Forsberg. First point by a member of the Preds top line all series. 2-0 Nashville. 3rd period, now 2-1. Subban on top of Alexander Radulov. Tyler Seguin left alone in front, scores his first playoff goal since 2015. We're tied at 2, but shortly after, Michael Granlund's shot takes a deflection and beats Ben Bishop.
Evening, Bishop. Clippers and Warriors Game 2 Monday night. Golden State won Game 1, and no matter what happens in this one, LA coach Doc Rivers, he's feeling okay about things.
At the corner today, I was walking down the street. It's a true story. Reached in my pocket to grab my phone. Unbeknownst to me, dropped about $2,000 on the floor, on the street, kept walking, didn't know it. The guy tapped me on the back and said, you know, that's your money. I don't know a lot of places that would happen, but it happened today. So whoever that was, you could have had free tickets if you hadn't ran away. So.
And yes, I have the same questions you do. Does Doc Rivers just walk around with $2,000 at all times? Did he have the $2,000 in two $1,000 bills? Does Doc Rivers not believe in banks? So many questions. Clippers and Warriors game 2. Steph Curry channeling his inner Tiger Woods pregame. Kevin Durant. He's like, whatever. First quarter, DeMarcus Cousins falls awkwardly going after a loose ball. Boogie fever in his left quad. Cousins tore his left Achilles last season. He did not return to this game. He will get an MRI on Tuesday. Second quarter. KD. Alley-oop. Golden State has taken a 2-0 lead in the first round in the last 4 seasons. Steph Curry went off to end the half. Corner 3. Next trip. Steph splits the D for 2. Curry put the Warriors up 23 before the half. Game 1 was blown open in similar fashion. G-State, I'd say they're in control third quarter.
Philly down 1-0 to Brooklyn. Things get physical. Joel Embiid spins and elbows Jared Allen in the face. That is a flagrant one for Joel Embiid. Oh, man. Third quarter, Embiid taking the no-look feed from Ben Simmons and scoring. Embiid 23 and 10 in this one. Later, Simmons, he's from Australia, lays it in, had a triple-double, does the classic Allen Iverson celebration. Iverson was there with the Kembe Mutombo. 9 seconds of the third off the miss. Mike Scott beats the buzzer. Sixers, a franchise record, 51 points in the third quarter. Philly wins big. If anyone other than Kevin Harlan takes over for Marv Albert, it's a travesty.
Blue Jays and Twins, MLB players around the league wearing number 42 on the 72nd anniversary. Jackie Robinson breaking the color barrier. Flashing back to Sunday. Twins and Tigers, Tristan Stewart sends one deep to center. Byron Buxton. This guy's awesome. What a catch. First batter of the game on Monday. Billy McKinney. To Buxton in center.
Didn't we just see that a minute ago?
Yeah, I think we did see that a minute ago. Buck makes the catch and crashes into the wall. Top 6. This is how bad the Jays are. Brandon Drury takes ball 3, thinks he's walked. Teoscar Hernandez not paying attention, so he starts walking a second, and they pick him off.
Oh, my gosh.
Like, guys.
Fellas.
No, you should know the count. Toronto just 1-5 on the road this season. 2 innings later, Hernandez is at the dish with 2 on, and what? Second deck, 3-run shot, his first of the season, and the Jays win. They take the series open.
Okay.
There you go. He atoned.
All right, that's the beginning of a long winning streak.
He atoned for his screw-up.
President's Trophy Clearance Center, I get it. Because the Lightning are in trouble.
They are.
I still think they're going to win this series. Mark my words. The Lightning are going to win this series.
Okay. We'll see if that starts to happen beginning Tuesday.
Can't wait till I'm proven right. I see. Gotcha. Well done.
But again, it's like
struggling with your eyes.
Yeah.
That LASIK, that MASIK you got didn't work out.
It's like I'm looking through a bed sheet.
You got it done in an alley somewhere, right behind the TSN building here in downtown Scarborough, across from the mall. Joe Thornton received a one-game suspension for this illegal check to the head of Knights forward Tomasz Nosek. He will miss Game 4 Tuesday in Vegas. Thornton was fined $2,500 for high-sticking Ryan Reeves back in March. Oh, Reeves, he had some things to say Monday.
I got a buddy with a grandpa that's going through the same thing. He can't really see very well because he's getting old, so look at some glasses or something. I don't know, if he gets suspended, it's going to be hard for him to see up top.
We need more guys
Good
like
guy.
Reezy.
Thornton's last suspension, November 2010, banned for 2 games for a hit to the head on David Perron, who was playing for St. Louis at the time and now is playing for St. Louis again.
I'm going to give this one a shot.
Okay.
Hey, the Flyers have hired Alain Vigneault as their new head coach. Signed him to a 5-year, $25 million deal. Vigneault's coached 16 seasons between Montreal, Vancouver, and most recently with the New York Rangers. You want to know his resume?
Let's hear it.
This team's made the playoffs 11 times. Took Vancouver to the Cup final.
Yes, he did.
Coach of the year.
Didn't win it, though.
Coach of the year, 06-07 with Vancouver.
That's a lot of money for Alain Vigneault, which makes me think, obviously, he's got a great resume, great track record, but more than that, a few teams had to be in the mix. So Chuck Fletcher had to step up with some cash. When we come back, for some reason, we still haven't won an award for our award segment. We can't understand why. So judge the Jennies for yourself, won't you? You're watching Jay and Dan on TSN.
Tim Hortons drive-through leaves. Took a 2-1 series lead over the Bruins. They won 3-2. Austin Matthews scored his first of the playoffs, also picked up an assist. Mitch Marner helped close out the game with 2 massive shot blocks. Nazem Kadri did not play. He's been suspended for the remainder of the series. In their first playoff home game in 10 years, the Canes destroyed the Caps 5-0. Warren Fogle and Dougie Hamilton both with 2 goals. Washington still leads this series 2-1. And the Preds beat the Stars 3-2 in Game 3. Michael Granlund with the winner. So Nashville takes a 2-1 series lead.
I'm going to show you a little baseball because it's baseball season, and Richie Martin. Flares won a shallow left in the Orioles-Red Sox game Monday. Xander Bogaerts wanted it. Steve Pearce, the former Blue Jay, came up with it, the sliding catch, helping the Red Sox escape a threat. We're going to Saturday. Chris Davis cracked his historic slump of 54 straight at-bats without recording a hit, and even asked for the ball as a keepsake. Back to Monday. Top 8. 1 on for Davis. And that is the swing that we remember from Chris Davis when he was crushing like 40, 50 home runs a year. That's his first home run since August of last season. According to Darren Ravel, he made just under $12.5 million between home runs. He finished the series with 4 hits, 1 home run, 6 RBIs. Chris Davis is back.
Mets and Phillies. Bryce Harper wearing a pair of special cleats to honor Jackie Robinson, who was a 4-sport athlete at UCLA. Third inning, Phillies down 3-0. Harper, RBI single through the infield, plates a run. Harper moves up to second on throw. 2 batters later, another Phillies offseason addition. JT Realmuto at the dish with 2 on in scoring position. Goes the other way. Another 2 Phillies come into count. Game is tied. And this one needed extras. Philly, a 14-inning win last game, playing their 25th inning in just over a day. Michael Conforto, pair aboard. Goes off Rhys Hoskins' glove into shallow right. Go-ahead run comes in to score as the Mets improved to 10-6.
Cards and Brewers. Christian Yelich had 4 home runs in the season-opening series against St. Louis. In the 3rd game of that series, 2 young fans were promised a puppy if Yelich hit a home run. Of course, he did hit a home run that evening. Flash forward to just before Monday's game, Yelich hand-delivering the new puppy to the girls, which they named Yelly. Giving Yelich good karma for this game. Bottom 2, 2 on. Sends a liner over the left field wall for a 3-run shot. His first home run in 7 games. Then bottom 6, we're tied at 6. Yelich again crushes that one. High in the zone, another 3-run shot, 21 RBIs on the season, 3rd best in the majors, and he wasn't even done. Yelich, first career 3-home run game, 8th dinger of the year. 7 of them have come against St. Louis. The Brew Crew win.
The Jannies. Paul Goldschmidt is from that same game. Checks his swing up, calls him out. Thought Goldie foul, tipped it into the catcher's glove. No, not even close. He didn't. Goldie not happy.
America's first baseman, Paul Goldschmidt. Red Stars 2-2 in the third. Jamie Benn, great chance side of the net. Pecorine, Vezina winner. And that's why. Saves like that.
Leafs Bruins game 3. Toronto power play. John Tavares passes it between his legs to Andreas Janssen and beats Tuukka Rask. Let me see the. Oh, there's the between the legs. Now I see it.
Great backhand by Janssen. Back to Milwaukee. Brewers Cards. Matt Carpenter, deep drive to right center field. Lorenzo Cain. This is the kind of thing he does on a regular basis in the field for your Milwaukee Brewers.
Yesiel Puig in his first at bat against his former team against Clayton Kershaw. He goes deep. Yesiel Puig is not boring.
He had a little look at that one. He had a little look at that one. Cubs and Marlins, Curtis Granderson still playing. Drives one to right center. Albert Almora Jr. Again, another guy who continues to make catches like this on a regular basis in the major leagues. Cubs and Marlins, Yu Darvish. Fastball inside, catching the batter in the testicles, the umpire in the neck, the catcher in the back. That's all on one pitch. That's testicles, neck, and back. I gotta say, Dan, I think the show's going pretty well so far. But before we get to the plays of the week, it is time to once again check in on our most popular segment on this television program. It's called Are They Related? Today's contestants come to us from SportsCenter with Jay and Dan graphics guy extraordinaire, Nico Canavo. I mean, come on. Tuukka Rask and Goodfellas era Ray Liotta? I gotta say, I think Nico nailed this one. Dan, your thoughts?
Distant relatives, maybe.
Come on, this is a lock. Tuukka Rask could play a young Ray Liotta in Terrifying, the Ray Liotta story. In Champ Picks, the Ray Liotta story. And that's how Ray Liotta quit smoking with Chantix.
It worked for him.
You're going to see it as the Raptors try to salvage a home split in Game 2 on Tuesday. Where can you see it? TSN's 1, 3, 4, and 5. Magic versus Raptors first round NBA playoffs begins at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Should mention on TSN 2 at the same time, it's Don't Stand Too Close to Me or I Will Gouge Your Eyes Out, the Ray Liotta story.
Zion Williamson announced Monday he's officially declared for the NBA draft, surprising no one. Duke freshman averaged 22.6 points and 8.9 rebounds in 33 games for the Blue Devils this season. The AP Player of the Year projected to be taken over first overall in this June's NBA draft. And just an update on my eyes, now they're watering.
Yeah. What's going on with your eyes?
Okay, so who's he going to play for? Well, May 14th, the NBA is going to hold its lottery to determine where he goes. So it's going to be New York, Phoenix, and Cleveland, best odds, followed by Chicago and Atlanta.
I'm saying this right now. It's a lock he's going to New York. It's 1985 all over again. Patrick Ewing coming out of Georgetown. Everybody thinks the lottery's fixed. Zion, he's going to NYC, baby. Big Apple time.
But can they make it that obvious?
Adam Silver will find a way. He will find a way. He learned from Mr. Stern, Mr. David Stern.
After Tiger's return to glory Sunday at the Masters, we're going to look back at his greatest moments in the SportsCenter Top 10. That'll be good. And it's next.
Many doubted we'd ever see it. But here it is. The return to glory.
Comeback complete. The 5th green jacket for Tiger Woods. Another unforgettable moment at the Masters tournament.
I never thought we'd see anything that could rival the hug with his father in 1997. But we just did. If that doesn't bring a tear to your eye, you're not human.
If you ever wanted to have your own top 10, all you have to do is elevate your sport to a place it's never been, dominate for over a decade, then have your life fall apart for all the world to see, have your back get so bad that you can barely walk downstairs, almost give up the sport, then come back, end an 11-year majors drought by winning your 5th green jacket, and boom, the top 10 is yours. Top 10 Tiger moments starts in 1997, the Phoenix Open.
That's when he hits us.
Yeah, they didn't even have the massive grandstands then. Par 3 16th, and Tiger aces it. That tournament is much different now.
2018 PGA Tour Championship, seeking his first PGA Tour win in 1,876 days. Thousands of fans following Tiger on last year's Tour Championship. He did not disappoint, finishing with a final round 71 to win his first tourney since 2013.
2001 Players Championship. TPC Sawgrass and his 60-foot putt on the island green.
How about him? That is better than most.
And he won by 1 stroke.
2000 Canadian Open 72nd hole. Glen Abbey, 6-iron from the bunker, 218 yards. And that's going to seal the victory for Tiger. That's an amazing shot.
So many ill-fitting shirts. 2001 Masters. Woods wins the Tiger Slam, becoming the first golfer to hold all 4 major titles simultaneously. It was Tiger's 6th major.
When he started, though, the baggy shirts were more popular, I have to say. 2006 British Open, just over 2 months after the passing of his father, Earl Woods. Tiger held off Chris DeMarco at the 2006 Open at Royal Liverpool. First player since '83 to repeat as Open champ. Got it done.
97 Masters Tiger, he arrived on the scene. At 21, became the youngest champ in Masters history by destroying the field by a record 12 strokes. There's the hug.
One of the most iconic putts of his career, walking the ball in. He was in a battle with Bob May at the 2000 PGA Championship. He would eventually pull off the win in a playoff. That's Tiger. That's what he did. He won. There's the trophy.
2008 U.S. Open.
My leg was broken. I had a ruptured ACL. It was completely gone.
Down a stroke, battling the pain on the 72nd hole. Tiger's approach leaves him 15 feet to force a Monday playoff. And he won in the playoff, taking his 3rd U.S. Open title and 14th major.
And the 2005 Masters 16th hole in your life.
Here it comes.
Vern?
Oh, my goodness. Have you seen anything like that? This guy's pretty good.
Most
Whenever I
awkward
see
high
that-
five of all time.
Whenever I see that, I always think the call's great, but the camera work. The camera guy's just, he was bang on there.
Yeah. Oh, we're always praising our camera guys, too. Camera guy Glenn, by the way, taking a well-deserved vacation this week.
That's right. Where did he go?
Somewhere with Ray Liotta, I imagine. Sound pretty good? It's the worst play of the day. Jays and Twins 2-2 count to Brandon Drury takes
That was only 3.
Take your base. You thought it was ball 4. It was ball 3. And Teoscar Hernandez starts to go to second. He gets picked off. Just a disaster all around.
Highlight of the night. Matt Carpenter, deep drive to right center.
1-0 pitch.
Lorenzo Cain, tracking, leaping, getting.
This guy's unbelievable.
I can't believe the Andreas Janssen goal was in the highlight of the night. With the Tavares between the legs.
We should go to Milwaukee, catch a Brewers game.
Sure, together. They have great scene downtown, apparently. Really hip and cool. That's us. Look at our beards.
We once met a guy. He lived there for a bit, and he said it wasn't bad.
Milwaukee. Welcome to Milwaukee. It's not bad.
You blew it. We pointed out our errors. My eyes blew it. I was having trouble seeing.
You are struggling. We need to get Visine as a sponsor here. Visine, sponsor the walkover clock. Who's that? Johnson & Johnson? Get them on.
And I also blew it. I failed to mention that Alain Vigneault took the Rangers to the Cup final in 2014.
I like that move by Philly. Kind of quietly hire their coach, middle of the playoffs, get him in there. Yeah, Philly's got a bright future with Carter Hart and net. Dan, this has been a great show, and again, we continue to grow our playoff beards, and I think they're coming in pretty. Yours took a leap.
Weren't we supposed to do an Are They Related with our beards?
That's going to come this Sunday. This Sunday, Tim. Get ready for it.